still survive you did and bring just about everybody with you as well. The people of Vogler are hurting, but thanks to your efforts, they have been brought back to a place of more comfort and of, at the very least, more readiness for what lies ahead. Many of Vogler's survivors have enlisted within Kalaman's army and are forming a detachment of expeditionary forces, of irregulars. But that is neither here nor there, because the very last thing that happened, as you agreed to join Kalaman's military and serve as special operatives under Marshal Vendry, was two members of your party doing rather something else entirely. Assassinating the potentially corrupt son of Lord Baccharis. Killing Baccharis the Younger as he studied in the library when you discovered that he might have some connection to Takesis. A black robe choice, if ever I've seen one, but potentially still a justifiable one, even if not to his father. And so we catch up to you now the next day, a day after this murder has taken place. You got away completely scot-free. Lord Baccharis is inconsolable and enraged, and has been demanding justice for his son since the assassination took place. But with pretty much nobody able to determine who was responsible, the investigation is stuck for the moment. They have solicited the help of the mages of high sorcery, asking for their assistance in this murder, but it will doubtless take some time, with things in tumult across Ensalon, for any of the mages to arrive and use their magic to help try and determine the identity of the murderer. And even magic does have limits. While it is partially clear that one of the refugees of Vogler is responsible, there are rumors accordingly, nobody has been able to find this refugee since it took place. And so, with Asher in disguise now as a arrogant, pompous high elf, you have scot-free gotten away with the job. And meanwhile, the world still goes on. And so, later in the day, a very harried Marshal Vendry approaches your party. She is accompanied by a familiar face. And an unfamiliar one as well. Garrett Highwater, the squire of Lady Becklin, attired in the armor of Kalaman and looking more like a regular soldier than the rest of you, to be sure. And another knight, clad in the distinct horned helm of the Knights of Salamnia, and standing along behind her. The pair of them flank the marshal as she sits all of you down inside the Kalaman Castle Grand Hall to discuss what's going on next. Right. Well, I'll be brief. I am rather busy at the moment, thanks to the incidents that are currently transpiring in the city. We have a problem outside of town. And your first task. There's a gnome who lives about a couple of days' ride to the south of the town. Maybe a day and a half if you know the roads. And we have reason to believe that this gnome, this tinkerer, was responsible for providing the war machines that you talked about attacking Vogler. And so, we need you to go and recover this gnome. Alive, please. And bring her back to us. Her name is Tatiana Ruckeldust. And Tatiana is an eccentric, would be putting it lightly. We have no reason to believe she's actively working with the Dragon Army, but her handiwork, well, it sounds very similar to what you described in Vogler, and she's the only proper artificer for, well, miles around. At least the only one with a workshop large enough to make something like that. So, we need you to travel south. But before you go, I have two, I suppose, final notes for you. Firstly, this is, well, I don't need to introduce him to you, but Garrett Highwater has agreed to properly join in with Kalaman's military. He's impressed me with the work that he's put in, and he provides a good connection to the rest of you as well. He's going to be the one handing you your missions from here on out. And you can report to him as if you were reporting to me. He should be able to provide you with whatever information you need. I have a number of other tasks to tend to, and a number of concerns to the west and the east to watch out for. So Darrett will hand you your missions. And in turn, he'll report into me. Finally, she gestures towards the other knight, who is standing in the chamber. This is, well, our reinforcements from the Knights of Salamnia, she says with a faint smirk as she eyes the single knight. I am aware that many were killed in Vogler, and I expect that he is here to investigate that, but also to provide support to you. He has asked to accompany you on this mission, to support you in recovering the gnome, and to have the opportunity to speak with you about the events of Vogler. And I see no reason why he shouldn't. I've given him the same privileges as the rest of you. Kalaman needs all the help it can get, and even if it's just a single night, he is doubtless going to be a valuable ally to you and to all of us. This is Sir Edmund Fariman. And Sir Edmund, if you wouldn't mind describing your character, please.
Yes, Edmund kind of steps forward after the very warm and kind introduction, and places a kind of fist over his heart in greeting and gives a slight bow to the group. Edmund is a human, a man you would probably guess to be somewhere in his late 20s, early 30s. He has he wears heavy armor, carries probably not with him right now because we're in a official capacity, but has a sword and shield. But his armor appears to have borne the kind of scratches and scars of battle. His face looks sort of tanned and weathered, as somebody who has probably spent many nights sleeping, in the wilds and roughing it through snow and heat. He's in all demeanor and stature appearance a knight. He holds himself in his shoulders broad and high and back. His neck ever at attention, but he gives a very sort of precise bow to the group, as if almost like all of his little mannerisms that he executes are kind of very formal and militaristic in training. He has a short beard, brown hair, blue eyes to accompany that. Yeah, that is Edmund. After giving his slight bow to the group, his head raises. He looks upon everyone sort of for maybe spans of milliseconds, kind of just getting a view of everyone, and then he will say to all of you, "Greetings. It is an honor to meet all of you. I have heard already various tales and possibly legends of you all and your doings, and I am very honored to be joining you in your quests." And he'll kind of step back, to give the lady deference in the conversation.
Well, an excellent introduction. Thank you, Sir Edmund. It is a pleasure to have you with us.
My lady.
Well, I have, as I said, many things to attend to, but I don't want to leave you with the impression that we are not grateful for your assistance so far. So, as I said, I hope that you've had the opportunity to gather whatever supplies you needed from within the vaults and the armory. But if you haven't, then please let my attendees at the door know, and they will provide whatever you should need. Otherwise, if you have any questions before departing for Tatiana's, now is the time. Darrett has a map for you.
Is this Tatiana? Will she have any inclination to be hostile to us?
She shouldn't. She is simply a tinkerer, an inventor.
And if anything goes wrong, that
Bring her back alive. As I said, we need her alive. I will not tolerate her death at your hands. If she happens to die to any other forces along the way, I will be disappointed, to be sure. But if I find out that you have been responsible for her death, then that will be the end of our working relationship, and I will strip you of your rank. This is a very explicit order. If she fights you, find some way to incapacitate her and bring her back. But we have no reason to believe that she will be hostile. She is eccentric, yes, but not malicious.
understood.
Right? Can I ask an out of character question?
Sure.
Did we split the loot from the fencing?
I don't.
No, that's definitely not an out of character question.
That's very much a both in and out of character question. But I don't know if you did. I think if anything, perhaps you might have received some of it from Rin, but I don't think Rin would have any reason to give it to anybody else, because if Rin gave it to anybody else, it would be sort of admitting, "Hey, I killed a dude and
Right.
took his stuff."
Yeah.
Right.
That being said, everybody has received individual, or has and will receive individual rewards for their work, and the money is part of Rin's reward. So
Okay. I was just wondering because I wanted to stop at the main shop again before we left.
well, if Rin wants to share anything with you, that's up to him.
Did we get any money or anything up to this point? I still only
So-
have my 10 starting gold.
You will receive yes, you will receive a stipend from Kalaman's military and an advance to make sure that you've got funds to pay for whatever you need. Everybody will receive 100 gold.
Ooh.
So some coin at the very least.
Very good. Okay.
Additionally, like I said, you have access to whatever martial equipment you might need, excepting full plate, which you'll have to save up for or put in a requisition for or something like
We
that.
should definitely have full plate, right? Like, there's enough knights around here that won't need it. I promise.
Rin just gonna go hunting for some full plate that happens to fit. I think there's only a couple of members of the party that can wear full plate. Anyways, Crumdoll and
Mhm.
Edmund are both capable of wearing it.
Yep. We're looking for a short dwarf that's chunky around the midsection, and percentile die is going to be a very hard one to roll on that one.
Aren't they all chunky around the midsection though?
All
Yes.
dwarves are pretty built, yeah.
Question: Could I
They
have?
think-
That was actually in character as an elf.
Sorry, what's up, Juvia?
Could I have last night resummoned Puddin?
Absolutely, yes. You could have brought back Puddin.
Okay.
Okay. So, gathering up your equipment, you've
Hey,
conjured
Edmund.
back forth your companions, and
Edmund, you might want to move the mic away just a hair.
Oh, is mine loud?
it's just
I
picking
don't-
up all your breathing.
It's picking up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know
Usually-
what you're salivating on over there, but
I was drinking. I apologize. But
Gotcha.
usually people can't hear me, so I have to have it right up by my mouth.
No
but
worries.
I was actually drinking a drink. I apologize. I will.
No worries. You sound all clear.
Okay, good. It's got a short in it somewhere, like in the little part that holds the mic, so it's kind of like I have to hold it right. It has to be right in the right perfect spot.
Oh, that's unfortunate. No, you're all
Thank
you're
you.
all good. Okay. So, finishing up gathering your gear, you look onwards towards, well, Tatiana Rookeldust. Assuming you complete this mission, more rewards await, along with the favor of Marshal Vendry and Kalaman, and ample opportunities to make yourselves known in Kalaman just as you did in Volgar. People are already talking about the heroes of Volgar, the brave fighters who helped defend it till the very last, and your names are mentioned alongside Lady Becklin, Cudgel of the Ironclads, and a number of others who distinguished themselves fighting for Volgar. You are provided horses, not war horses, but horses, and led towards the Warrior's Gate. Garrett provides a map for you, informing you that, well, like the Marshal said, I'm your contact now. The sort of long-haired and a bit lanky younger man is slowly coming into his own, it seems. And if you have any questions or you need anything, supplies, information, don't hesitate to ask. I'm supposed to be the liaison between you and Kalaman, acting as a connection to Volgar, I guess, on account of Becklin's nightly training. If you need anything, I already said that. I'm sorry. Yes. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Sir Edmund. And all of you, good luck.
It's
Aren't
No,
you
we're
forgetting something?
Aren't I what? Sorry?
Aren't you forgetting something?
He blinks, looks back towards you.
Or pay?
Oh, right. Yes, of course. You can draw it just from the treasury, which is just down the hall. Unless you're trying to get more from him.
I was, but
Okay, well, go ahead and make a deception check.
you know what's really funny? I just realized today that I have 19 charisma and not a single skill in charisma.
no charisma trained skills. No.
Hey,
Except
yeah, the life of a charisma base cast. If only there weren't 5 or 4 of them, you know.
Mhm.
22. Okay.
blame D&D.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a couple of interesting variants that let you play warlocks with intelligence or wisdom, and I'm playing an intelligence warlock in a different game right now, and it plays very differently. It's really interesting. Anyways, 22 Juvia. You chat up the young squire, this liaison for a moment, and between your natural bubbly charisma and his desperation to make sure that you're all pleased and everything's okay. He will take you himself to the treasury and badger the poor treasurer who insists that you've all already been paid, but eventually does back down since he doesn't want to insult the marshal and her new liaison. So everybody will gain an extra 50 GP.
Nice. So what is that? 150?
150 GP for everybody in the party.
Awesome. You're all welcome.
Surrender your monies is about to be a rich guy.
It's already fairly rich, I
He's
think.
really rich at the
Yeah.
moment compared to how he entered the town.
Rin, are you intending to purchase anything with that money before you go, or are you going to be all good?
I have no idea if there is anything out there for him to purchase, but between his bounties and the pay, he's it would
Well,
be worth
Kalaman is certainly the largest city in the region. So if there's anything that you'd like to purchase, even if it's something as simple as like a +1 weapon or armor, those can be acquired at the Hammerstrike Forge or at Wyhand's Apothecary if you're looking for something a bit more magical.
Or
Wait, I can get a +1 quarterstaff?
You could, if you have the money for it.
if you had money like Ren's rolling in money,
Yes, I think we should. I think the whole party should visit both of these places so we can get what we want.
Okay.
Maybe someday.
Did the lady speak of the opportunity to be provided with something or gear?
Yes. So she is there is a large armory in Castle Kalaman equipped with many weapons from ages gone by. And as part of commissioning you into Kalaman's military, even as special operatives, you are provided with anything that you should need up to a value of 250 gold. So if you need like healer's kits or climbing tools or even like a horse or armor, like all of those things are available to you.
Yeah. Okay. I know you said there was no plate, but I was gonna at least maybe see if I can go to Splint.
You can get
see if I
Splint.
can
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And I will gladly, hand over my old set of chain if they wish to repair it and use it for maybe a squire or somebody else in need.
Oh yeah, they'll take the chainmail. Yep.
Okay.
They'll gladly take the chainmail, and so that'll pop you up to a set of Splint.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So in the interest of not taking 8 years for shopping, what I'm going to get you guys to do is one second.
I'm not trying to shop. I'm just trying to
No
take
worries.
and that's it.
There is a shopping channel now listed under DL Wednesday for you guys in the Discord. So please just type any items that you would like to purchase in there, and I'll let you know how much they cost. And you can pay accordingly. You will receive some, like if you don't need any items from Castle Kalaman, then you'll be able to receive that money worth of supplies in the city. So,
is there a list like how much these items are typically going for?
There's a very large list, and what I can do is I can provide you with this. One second, I'll pin it. This should be available.
Okay. Yeah, I figure. Oh, yep. Same magical prices. Yes.
Yes. So this is the rough pricing guide. However, this pricing guide is also for a standard 5e setting where you're going to be getting like gold out the ass. And Dragonlance is a little bit cheaper on gold. You don't receive quite as much of it in standard Kryn settings. So the prices in here can be chopped about in half. And I'd say items of up to uncommon quality are readily available in the city. Items of rare quality, you'll have to roll for. You're gonna get a saddle for put.
Yep.
I think you're probably gonna need to buy that from Wyhands rather than get it from Castle Kalaman, because an ooze would typically swallow up a saddle, but it can be provided for
out
you.
of character. I'm fully aware of that, but
Oh, okay.
Juvia is still going to get a saddle, put it on him, and then watch it sink into him.
Watch it dissolve.
All right. So, Sir Edmund, just for clarity, your party is an eccentric bunch, and as everybody is typing up, the items that they would like, as you make your way about the city, you have the opportunity to talk with them and get to know them a little bit. And I'm going to get each of you to introduce your characters briefly, just like a 30 seconds or whatever of who they are and like a brief of what they look like to Sir Edmund. And we'll start at the top with Rin.
All right. Well, Rin is kind of your typical middle of the streets human, and he has red hair. I had a bio somewhere. I thought maybe I didn't, but that's okay. He has red hair. He's got a little bit of scruff on his cheeks. He's actually wearing a breastplate armor now, I do believe. Yep. So he's wearing breastplate, but he's got everything strapped down, tied down. Most of the things on his person don't do a whole lot of movement or noise, including the armor. He's taken pretty good care of it to maybe not polish it up, but it's in a it's tight and well fitted, so that he's not making a lot of movement or noise as he does move. But he looks kind of like I said, scruffy. His hair's not really combed. It's just kind of a wild mess. Looks like he woke up in the morning, ran his fingers through his hair, and kind of said, "All right, well, I'm good." And but he's got like a I don't know, a street charm about him, and is very, I guess, quick to his wit. Maybe not me the player, but he's quick to his wit and sharp of tongue. Typically carries a bow, and has been known to place some well-aimed shots. And he is, in fact, a bit of a bounty hunter, which is the group would know this, and probably it gets mentioned at some point, where he literally has carried 6 heads of some of the bad guys for the past I don't know what 3 or 4 days, and then turned them in the city here. So yeah, that's pretty much Rin. And it's surrender your monies.
What race is Rendar again?
He's a human.
Okay, gotcha. Sir Rendar. Okay, got it. Rendar. If anybody gets that reference.
Absolutely. All right.
He's a surrender your money.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I'm picking it up now.
Yeah,
Picking it up now. He's like a debating master. I got it.
All right. And up next, Crumdoll.
I'm a mountain dwarf from the north. Served in the military until a battle that I got knocked out in and lost soldiers that I was commanding. After that, I wandered around for a bunch of years, found religion, and I think it was Kiri Yolith.
That's
What
correct.
okay. And yeah, since then I've been just wandering, doing odd jobs. He's built like a tree trunk, emerald green eyes, big red beard, and kind of balding on top though.
All right.
Like it.
And up next, we have Asher in his new elf form.
I think your mic is muted.
That's you, Asher. Chris.
Yeah, I'm talking. Can you hear?
Oh, weird. I can now. Couldn't for a second.
Sorry.
No worries. Oh. It's coming
think you're
through.
lagging out.
Yeah. I think it's not coming through properly. Okay. I'm hearing like every 10th word, I think, and even then pretty crackly. So we'll come back to you for now. We'll skip on. Oh, there we go. We'll skip on to Juvia first.
Okay. Juvia is a human. Hold on. Looks like I didn't write a description. She is about average height, average weight. One thing you notice about her is that she's always smiling. She has on some a nice gown, actually. If I remember correctly, that I stole, and a green hooded cloak. Next to her is a little green slime that always stays with her, and its name is Puddin. What else? Juvia is a warlock, and if you look closely at her, she always seems to be a little wet, or more accurately, moist. Um, and sometimes little drops of slime drop um come off of her. And that is her.
Got it. Got it. I'll need a lot of hankies for her. Need a lot of
You shall.
hankies.
And Marcus.
Okay. My character is Marcus Aurelius. He's an Azamar. He's about 6'3". He's 28 years old, and he's a very proficient, if not unorthodox, warrior. And he's proven himself on the battlefield on Volgar, and he also has a girlfriend apparently named Willow.
2 of them.
He has a girlfriend named what? What was it?
Willow.
Yellow.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And somebody said 2 of them, which wouldn't be far from the course either.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Oh
That
yeah,
is,
he has another girl who's kind of lusting after him. He's like, okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, one of the counselors of Vogler seems decidedly interested in this Azamar. And, as explained to you before, Edmund, divinity is exceptionally rare in Kryn. So, having a priest of Kiri Jolith, who seems to have the favor of the god, enough so that he's able to cast spells, as well as having the presence of an Azamar, a direct lineage of the gods in the party, is certainly exceptional.
Mm.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
No worries. Welcome back. And you've got the
are
last
we-
introduction.
Oh, real quick,
I'm-
just real quick. Are
Yep.
we aware of, or is his character aware of, that he's an Azamar?
Oh yeah, he knows.
Okay. Are we aware as a party? Is it a thing that's shared?
You are
and
aware as a
known?
party as well.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Just one.
It's sort of like, it makes him decidedly interesting to a lot of people. In both like a, how can I use him to my advantage, and wow, he's so strange and special sort of way.
Understood.
But
Understood.
people treat him a little bit differently than they would treat the average human, especially in Kryn.
Gotcha.
And he's also can throw rocks at people.
Yeah, he's
Well-
a monk solidly. All right, and that brings us to Asher.
Okay, once again,
You're good.
I'm currently a high elf. My natural race, you don't know this yet because you haven't seen it. I'm a gold dragonborn.
Wait, I couldn't. I couldn't. I heard the high elf part, and then I'm sorry, I couldn't hear much after that. I apologize. It might be
Okay.
me.
I'm you don't know this yet, but I'm a gold dragonborn, and I use disguise self quite frequently.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I heard that part. Yep. Good.
Okay. That's pretty much it. I'm a sorcerer. I'm waiting to take my test. That's it.
In Kryn, high elves are the Sylvanesti?
Yes.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. I'm still learning a lot about Kryn, so bear with me. I'm trying to learn it as fast as I can, but
No worries.
yeah. Okay, perfect.
Not
Okay.
a problem.
Hey,
You
Craig, can I ask something out of context too?
sure?
The gem sharpener thing I got. Am I able to sell that?
Yeah. The crystal, you certainly could, and
Yeah.
it would earn you 250 gold.
Okay. I'm going to do that then as well.
Sure, sounds good. Okay. And Edmund has already introduced himself to the party, so you are all good. You all have the opportunity to chat with your new companion a little bit, get to know him as you make your way through Kalaman and prepare yourself for this journey out. And then you hit the road.
Oh, how is Willow doing?
Willow has settled in. She is okay staying in the room with you, but she is gonna ask for a separate bed. You've known her for like 3 days, and so she's not like she's happy to stay in a room with you, but she's still like just in shock over everything that's happened and recovering still from the injuries she sustained during the evacuation. So for now, she's taking a separate bed, and is happy to continue getting to know you better, but doesn't want to rush into anything. You have your time now. You're not like on the verge of death anymore.
Awesome. And that's understandable. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So let's get these items assigned to you guys before you leave. You can either get a vicious weapon or a +1 weapon, Rin, pretty easily. For basically the same deal, it'll be 150 gold, along with just relinquishing your share of funds from the Kalaman Armory. So you can take your pick of +1 or vicious. An oath bow would certainly be way too expensive. Absolutely.
Just a little bit.
Bracers of archery run you 750 gold. So if you still have that much left over, and I don't think you do, but you're probably pretty close, then you can get those as well.
So if you're talking about his share from the armory, the only thing he did take was a healer's kit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but the healer's kit is going to be like inconsequential. It'll be like 25 gold or whatever. But basically, they'll say that for 150 gold plus your share of the armory funds, you can get a +1 or vicious bow.
Okay.
And then if you want bracers of archery on top of that, you'll need to provide for those yourself, and it'll be 750 gold.
Okay. He will take both.
Sounds good.
I do believe. Let me double check my math here. I might be off just a hair. So you said 150 and 750.
800 gold total, yeah.
I'm at 4, 6, 7. I'm at 775.
Ooh. Well, I mean, if somebody will lend you 25 gold, then you're in good shape. It is possible to get a Wand of the War Mage +1. That's possible for both. Although, Juvia, would you want a Wand of the War Mage, or would you want a Pact Keeper's Rod? Or Rod of the Pact Keeper?
Let me look those both up.
The Wand of the War Mage will cost you 600 gold.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit more expensive than a +1 weapon. So you'll have to supplement that. It'll be 250 gold plus your share of the armory stuff. So if you have 250 gold, Asher, you can get a Wand of the War Mage. No problem. And Juvia, same thing to you. 250 gold plus your share of the armory stuff will get you a Wand of the War Mage +1. Otherwise, you'll easily be able to acquire one when you return to Kalaman, you expect. But you'll have to do without it for now.
Are there any rings of protection?
There are, but they are, I believe, even more expensive than that. Yeah, so a ring of protection is going to run you. That's a rare item, and it's it's one of the more common rare items, and it's a very in-demand thing. But it is going to run you 1,750 gold for one.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Sure.
I'll just keep my gold.
Of course.
Yeah, the Rod of the Pact Keeper is much more expensive.
Okay, so the Wand of the War Mage. So it's like I said, 600 gold, which means 250 of your own plus the armory funds.
I'm gonna have to wait till we come back.
Okay, so you and Asher will both acquire those upon your return. But for now, you are saving your funds.
Did somebody need to borrow 25 gold?
Ren needed 25 GP. Yeah.
I can lend that to you, no problem.
Yeah. He would rub elbows with you for a second. Hey, since you don't need anything, can I get them for you?
I'm still waiting for my 300 from the take.
Hey, I gave you two. If I wouldn't have gave you the 2, I could have totally bought both of these things, no problem. That'll unfortunately. Oh,
I'm joking,
um,
man. It's okay.
And Edmund, you are given 3 potions of healing on top of your splint mail, and it'll cost you only 50 gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because some of that will be provided by the armory, and then some of it is your own funds.
so I'll add something to my thing here to pay Juvia back.
Sounds good.
I owe you. There you go.
And did you grab a +1 bow or a vicious bow?
I think I'll just go with the +1 and the bracers. I was thinking the vicious bow might work, but I don't get that many nat 20s. I never get lucky.
Holy Avenger on credit.
Yeah. Holy Avenger on credit. Excellent credit score.
You know, is it like 800 plus? Maybe.
I
Staff of the
think it's in
Magi
the
on credit.
I think it's in the hundreds of thousands of gold, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the credit score needed is the 800 plus.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course, of course.
gotcha. No, I have 900.
Oh, damn.
It's Paladin credit.
Paladin credit. Yeah.
Yeah, Paladin credit's always 900.
Of course. Nobody says no to gods. You know, there you go.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you know who
so
my dad is? He owns a car dealership.
a car dealership in heaven. All right. So as you all finish your shopping, gathering your gear, you are prepared for what lies ahead. And you set out from Kalaman, bound for Tatiana Ruckledust's lab. So this is our adventurers table. This is where you guys will travel through. You've got a map, but it is a sort of very rough map of the Kalaman region. And so navigating through it is not, perfectly a simple and easy thing. So, dragged out. It's the new Asher token. So, Asher, I do have one question for you, and feel free to think about it. It's no urgent rush. Would you be introducing yourself as Asher still to everybody? And just think about that for a bit as to what your answer is, because that name is very much tied to your old appearance, and your old appearance is tied to a murder. So it might be worth considering a new name.
Yeah, I'm sort of in a hard place here because I gave the mage Asher's name.
That's true, and Asher's appearance. Yes.
And Asher's. So whenever I go into her shop, I have to change it to him.
Do you maybe go as Azure as an elf and Asher when you're in human form?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. All right, so you've got a number of different responsibilities that you can take while you're traveling, and other options as well, should you like it. Feel free to assign your characters accordingly. The skills that are tied to each of these things are listed underneath them. And you can have more than one person in a role. These are based. It should be on the right-hand side. Can you guys see the map? You can.
I see.
Not the map. I saw the board.
I saw the board,
but now
it's
it's just
black.
flat screen.
Oh, 1 second. Let's see. It's strange. 1 moment. It shouldn't be. How about now? Can you see it now?
No.
Okay.
The black screen. Oh, now something's loading. There we go.
There it is.
Now we're
There's the
back
board.
at
Yeah.
the board.
There we go. Okay.
Back at the board.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. Yeah, place yourselves on this board on one of these travel rules.
Gotcha. I just had a quick technical question.
Sure.
I have used VTTs before. So this is my first time with Roll20, but I've used Foundry and some other ones, so I'm generally aware of the functionality. But I don't know how for instance, I got split mail armor, and I don't know how to update my character sheet, kind of in here, and things like that.
So your character sheet is set up on D&D Beyond, right?
Yes, it is. Now, if there's a way to auto upload, I know in Foundry, those ones have those kind of things.
There is not There's not an auto upload, but what there is this extension, and it exists for, I believe, Firefox and Safari as well. So I'm linking Chrome one, but
Sure.
you can find it with either one. That extension is called Beyond 20. It lets you roll directly from your D&D Beyond character sheet straight into Roll20. So you don't
Have
need to
that
update
one.
Roll20 at all. You can just have that.
Okay, I do have that one actually. Let me. Okay. Perfect.
So
Okay,
you're
well,
good to
thank you,
go.
sir. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah, no problem. You don't need to update. I'll keep your tokens updated with any changes. I see Ren is jumped into every single spot.
Skill monkey check.
Okay.
Absolutely getting ready.
What can I do? What can I do?
Oh,
Just
whoops, I forgot a spot.
FYI, I put myself under search, but I'm
Sure.
probably gonna be distracted, so we may want another person on search to help.
It's okay. Ren is there in all of the roles.
Juvia's gonna be spending a lot of the time traveling by teaching pudding about all the different things we're passing.
Sounds good.
Because slimes don't know much about our world.
That's true. It gives Puddin and the convocation an ample opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
So Ren, which of these roles would you like to take?
I mean, most likely he's probably. I think. Actually, I think I have to take my. Nope. He's good for pretty much any of them, but he probably would do best at kind of navigating, leading the party along. I don't know.
Okay. So that puts Cromdal on foraging, you and Azure on navigating, Juvia on searching, and Marcus and Edmund on watch. Searching and foraging are both like important but not necessary in comparison to on watch and navigating. Searching and foraging provide small, buffs or additional opportunities for you. Being on watch stops you from getting ambushed, and navigating gets you to where you're going correctly. So it's not the end of the world, Juvia, if you're a little bit distracted on search. It would be more the end of the world if you were distracted and you were navigating the party.
Yeah. That's why I
Okay.
thought that I would maybe be a backup, but
For sure.
I'll be the main person.
Ren just
Okay.
wants to find somebody so he can introduce himself.
Absolutely.
Surrender your monies.
And
I'm broke. I owe somebody money.
yes, I need your money, please. So
Are we
with
missing somebody in the list?
I don't think so.
No,
Oh, no, never mind. I can't count.
There you go. Okay. So with all of you taking up your various positions as you travel, I'm going to get everybody to roll accordingly. Perception, investigation, survival, and then either survival or athletics for foraging.
Oh, not bad.
And with Beyond 20, all you have to do is click on the skill, Edmund, and it should automatically roll it into Roll20 as well.
Okay.
You
I'm
have to
just
select your token first, though.
Oh, not
I'm
with
just-
not with skills.
Oh.
Only for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm just relaunching here to make sure this all works correctly.
No worries. Ample opportunity for that. Okay.
Okay. Am I in Roll20 yet, or is it still?
It doesn't say you are yet. So.
One second. It's just on like a white screen, so let me reload. Okay. Launch game. Try this again.
And I kind of missed part of it. Who are we looking for?
You're looking for a gnome by the name of Tatiana Rookledust. And you know that, so you've been given a map leading to her home. It's to the south of Kalaman City. About, a good, like 15 to 20 miles out of the city. So, across forests and some hills, it's about a day and a half, 2 days ride, depending on your survival checks.
And
those were pretty good.
Did that come through?
It did. Yeah.
Okay.
Just as soon as Edmund is in, we'll advance you forwards.
Okay. I rolled my perception check. I don't know if it came through.
It did. It didn't come through on Roll20, but I can see it
Okay.
on D&D Beyond.
Let me.
So I'm not sure what would be causing that right off the top of my head, but we can look at it on the break or after the session or whatever. It's not urgent. For now, I'm totally fine just looking at your D&D Beyond rolls. That's okay.
Oh, I figured it out. My Roll20 was not turned on, or my Beyond
Oh, that was
20
good.
was the extension menu was not turned on. Okay.
No worries.
There we go.
So
Okay.
you can keep your 12 in perception, but if you want to go ahead and roll again just so we can see if it's
Yeah.
connected, that'd be great.
Okay. Let me select features and traits so it updates successfully. Okay, there we go. Let's look at this. I appreciate everyone's patience. I apologize.
No worries. First session always takes a bit of time to sort out technical gaps and stuff. Okay. The hell of a first roll, Edmund. Natural 20. All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm never going to roll a 20 again.
So, you push onwards. Led forth by Azure and Bryn, you make your way across the vast expanse of Kalaman's hinterlands. The province of Nightland is a rather rough place, filled with all manner of raiders and monsters coming down from the Taman Busuk, the mountains to the southeast, and the Estwild as well. Not to mention, of course, raiders from the north, from the hinterland proper, and all manner of different beasts coming down from the hills. But the surroundings of Kalaman itself are widely patrolled by Kalaman's soldiers, and you pass by a number of farmsteads and soldiers on your way out of the city. As you're traveling, you encounter no threats to begin with. While traveling further on, that does not remain true. Ahead of you, as you travel, making excellent time, thanks to Azure and Rin leading you forwards, you make it halfway, you think, by the early afternoon. You should arrive there before nightfall if this keeps up. But ahead of you, with a natural 20, Edmund has spotted something. Edmund, you pointed out, and Marcus, you clock it only seconds later after your traveling companion, proving of this night to be sure. There are a pair of ogres up ahead. Large, brutish things who've settled in alongside the edge of several hills and are looking down towards something. You've spotted them before they've spotted you, but there's not really much in the way of cover. It would take a skilled scoundrel to sneak up on them. You're about 250 feet out at this point, so, within bowshot range, and approaching from just below the hill.
Can Marcus move up quietly to get closer to the ogre?
Of course, it'd be a stealth check.
Okay.
Marcus,
Well-
you're able to sneak up to the base of the hill where the ogres are standing, and you can hear them rumbling back and forth to one another in Giant, which I don't believe is a language you speak.
No.
Edmund will quietly and kind of like put his hands up as kind of like to kind of slow or stop the group, or signal silently that there's something to observe, and quietly communicate to the group that about the ogre threat up ahead, and that Marcus is sneaking up to possibly detect more or find out more.
All right, you're all filled in on this. Marcus, you've snuck forwards towards these ogres, and they haven't spotted you yet. You're in pretty good position to, surprise them and leap up at them and attack. But you know that if you attack them, your companions are still pretty far away. Oh, and that was only a half ogre as well, actually. These are full-blood ogres.
Oh, they're dangerous. Oh, yeah, they're gonna be a nasty Could be a potentially deadly encounter. Then. So Marcus is gonna continue to just observe what they're doing, like any actions he's picking up on, anything at all,
Sure.
as he
Yeah.
waits for his group.
Okay. You continue to observe them. While Marcus is observing them, what do the rest of you do?
And Kryn ogres are pretty much always evil.
It can vary. So, generally speaking, you're right. Ogres do exclusively worship um, the Dragon Queen Takesis. Um, some of the more intelligent ogres have strayed away from that, but yeah, generally they are like this is a high fantasy setting. They are generally evil, and you don't have to feel ethically bad about killing ogres.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very it's a world where evil is evil and good is good most of the time.
Oh,
Uh,
oh,
so
oh! Just DM. Since Marcus is at Scourge Azamar, does that mean he be feeling like a instinct to just kill these ogres? Then
That is entirely up to you. I mean, I feel like Marcus, yeah, you're guided by a desire to purge evil from the world. But that doesn't mean that you're necessarily an about it. You know that jumping two ogres by yourself would get you pummeled pretty quick.
okay, just okay. Yeah, Marcus is gonna
You can do it.
observe.
so
I have faith in you.
Edmund will kneel down kind of in front of the group, as if he's going to be drawing in the dirt, and he'll kind of make a crude kind of drawing of the situation with the ogres, and kind of whispering to all of them like, "How do we wish to approach this? We could circumvent them completely if we try, or we can inquire about their business and dealings in the area. If somebody wishes to engage with them in communication, that can, or our third option is often the more violent one." And he's kind of looking to the group because this is his first time with them, so he's not going to make any assumptions about how they operate or what they like to do.
Does it look like they're in a setup for ambushing people along the road?
You look back at these ogres, and as you eye them, go ahead and make a insight check.
Okay.
It's difficult to tell, Juvia. They certainly look like they're watching the, more of like a dirt path than a road proper. This is not a well-traveled area, but they could have all manner of reasons for being out here.
Looks like they're trying to ambush people along this dirt path. We should probably take care of them before they hurt somebody.
Agreed.
What we can do is have our um, more sneaky people try to go up to where Marcus is, while you people on the tin cans can walk along the path and sort of draw their attention.
Yes, and then the rest would strike from ambush.
You can disguise self into a small ogre. Um, but I will say, Asher, I gave you like a reasonable, number of disguised selves per day, so that you can disguise yourself constantly. But if you start using it to disguise yourself as anything other than like your identities, I will make you, track them. So it's up to you. You can use it. It's just going to burn a spell slot. Okay. All right. So several of you are going to sneak a little bit closer.
Yes, and I guess I know myself. I'll have my shield strapped to my arm, and at least my sword not drawn but ready. I guess ready for the fight. If anybody who's coming with me, I'm going to move along the road as a, you know, traveler or or somebody looking to be engaged with,
Sure.
while the others stick around. If anybody wishes to join me
Yeah,
in that
I'll follow along
deception.
with you.
Okay, and we'll leave the others then to sneak and get into place, and then once they are, we will then move along the road.
Sounds good. So you wait for the rest of your companions to slip into place.
I only need to be 100 feet away from him to engage him.
Okay. So
Oh.
I would say it's a DC 8 stealth check to sneak up to about 100 feet. And that would put you basically sort of off the map, Asher, like just up in the corner.
Okay.
And the two of you would be coming down the path this way. Juvia and Rin, if you want to get a little bit closer, it's going to be a DC 12 stealth check. DC 15 to get up to where Marcus is.
Okay, give me one moment. Let me see.
Asher, with that, you can easily sneak up to the rock if you want to be closer, or you can just stay further away.
The DC 12 was how far away?
DC 12 is where I've got you on the map right now.
Oh, that's easily within Eldritch Blast range.
Oh yeah, that's like
I'll
50
go
feet
for that.
away.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, come on.
The kind of rock half circle there, or quarter circle there, is that a raised or lowered area?
It is raised. I should probably flip them around.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I just was asking the question. It looked like it could be either. That's why you're fine. We're fine with the art. I was just.
That's cool. No worries. It's really easy to flip them around. So for these travel encounters, generally speaking, I don't bother coming up with like a whole map for them. I prefer flexibility and being able to like make them on the fly. But for the other ones, we've got some pretty detailed maps.
I think it's wonderful. So no questions for me. I was just making sure I understood the
Awesome.
battlefield.
Okay. And Rin, what's your stealth? I'm not sure if Rin is here at the moment. I'll roll a stealth check. See how he does. 22. Okay. So, with a 22 from Rin, a 21 from Azure, Juvia, an 11 is enough to succeed with consequences. And I'm going to say that those consequences are, as you're making your way up towards the rocks, trying to sneak into position where you can, launch an attack on these ogres. You scrape your leg along the side of some poison ivy. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay. Juvia, until you can get some medical attention, which is probably not going to happen until after the battle.
Yep.
You are going to be at -1 on all rolls.
-1 on all rolls. Okay.
-1 on all rolls. But you're still starting the battle hidden, which gives you advantage. So it's, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
Okay. So, Cromdoll and Edmund, your companions slip into cover. These ogres have not noticed them yet. As they look about, trying to spot, who knows what, you have the advantage on these ogres.
Okay. I'll look. Well, I'm gonna look. What is your normal way of engaging here, or what do you guys typically do?
Stumble into battle, typically. At least that's my way.
Yes, that can often lead to fantastic results. Well, if you're ready, we can lure the ogres down into the open area here below their vaunted, area, and engage them in this open field here, or this open area, if you wish.
Sounds like a plan. Nice to have a plan.
So I'll move up to kind of here, and just holler out to the ogres. Oi! and a different voice than my normal one, intentionally.
All right.
Oh, oi! You big ugly creatures! What you doing? Besides being ugly.
The ogres look back down in your direction, startles not only by your sudden appearance, but by the sheer gall of your insult. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
All right. Intimidation.
The ogres snort, and one of them points in your direction, and they exchange a phrase in giant, and then one of them looks back in your direction, raises an enormous javelin, and bellows out in common, "Hunting stinky little humans." And battle is joined. Everybody can roll initiative. You guys do not surprise these things, but you do have advantage on them since you're attacking from hiding.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Oh, we've got a 16 from Juvia. We've got a 16 from Asher as well. A natural 1 from poor Cromdall.
So small dwarven feet.
Natural 20 from Marcus. 13 from Edmund. And 14 from Rin. All right, that puts us top of the round with Marcus's turn at 24. These ogres bellow out, clearly getting ready to charge. If you want to delay until after they've leaped off, you can. Otherwise, you got to go up the hill after them.
Go up the hill after them?
Well, they're up a hill from you right now, so they're about to come down. You expect, but unfortunately, Edmund wasn't successful in baiting them down first.
Oh. Let's go. I want to go up the hill.
All right, you don't bother waiting. You simply charge uphill.
Yeah. Hello. How you doing?
You leap up the hill, Marcus, and thanks to your monkish training, making it up the hill is no problem. It might be a bit difficult for the rest of your party, but you race up the side of the hill, not an issue, and lunge out towards these ogres.
Let's hit them with the quarterstaff. With advantage, right?
You were hidden, yep, so advantage.
Okay. No radiant consumption. No.
All right, 25. Crap. 12 damage on the first blow.
Okay. He's gonna use his bonus actions to do flurry of blows. If one of the hits, he has to make a dex saving throw.
Versus
If
being
he
knocked
fails-
prone, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. 22, crack! Your blow slams into him, and he tumbles prone. Gives you advantage. Oh, you already had advantage. So, 22, 7 more damage, and then 13 you can you hit as well for another 8.
Okay. That was a bonus action.
Oh, hang on a second. So it would be without the radiant consumption then.
Yeah. No radiant consumption is on.
No radiant consumption. Yeah, just the quarterstaff and the martial arts. Okay. So 3 hits, and I imagine you duck back down, or do you stay there?
I duck back down.
He's got advantage, yeah. So Marcus, you can roll again twice if we'll see if you crit. But as you lunge back down, you take cover underneath, and that brings us to the ogre scout that you just knocked down.
Nope.
No crit.
No crit.
And okay. Sounds good. Okay. Then that brings us to our ogre scout. He staggers back up to his feet and lets out a bellow. "Puny little worm, get crushed." And he is going to lunge down in your direction and forego the javelin. Instead, he is going to move back and then charge in your direction. And you can go ahead and make a athletics check or acrobatics check for me. He shoves you prone.
That's fair.
As you're knocked prone, and he gets to keep doing it. You can make another acrobatics check for me. He's got 20 more feet. Okay, that one will succeed. Defender wins ties. So he shoves you, knocking you prone, but he's not able to hurt you very badly. He just gets you prone down on the ground. And oh, never mind. It's with his Juggernaut trait. You are shoved 10 feet back. So you crack against the tree, and you take 9 points of damage. The ogre then moves forwards towards Edmund and beats its chest, bellowing. As Juvia, your turn begins.
Juvia is going to point her hand to let Pudding know who to attack, and then we'll cast a acid arrow at this one here.
Sounds good. Oh
Wow.
no, Juvia!
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's rough.
I
You
was
gonna spend
gonna
inspiration?
say, actually, yeah, I will use my inspiration.
Sounds good.
Okay, that's much better.
All right. That'll do it. 13 points of acid damage as the arrow slams into it. And that's the one right front and center, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm just getting a pudding token out for you as well, and a character sheet set up so you can easily drag him out at your leisure. Okay, so that'll hit, and then Puddin rolls forwards.
Yep, and he will attack with a pseudopod. 12.
12 will hit,
Oh, well, take 8 more acid.
and 8 more acid. All right, there's Puddin.
And
He's
my...
small, right?
yeah.
Or is he medium? Yeah, small.
Small.
There you go. He just lunges out with one little wet pseudopod, and it burns into the ogre. And then on the ogre's turn, he'll take another 5 acid damage.
At the end of his turn.
At the end of his turn, yeah. That brings us to the second ogre scout, who is going to lunge downhill towards the downed Marcus. And he has got advantage since Marcus is prone. Crack! The blow slams into you, Marcus, and you see the blow coming, but you can't roll out of the way in time, and it's the last thing you feel as your eyes close. You're knocked unconscious.
Oh.
The ogre continues racing past, because that's 21 damage on that hit. Additional 2d8 damage against a prone creature. This one is going to race past you, Edmund, provoking an opportunity attack.
Okay. Do I need to do any kind of targeting or that, or just roll like in D&D Beyond and you
can just roll it in D&D
adjudicate
Beyond.
it? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, no worries. All right. Actually, okay. Here we go.
12 will hit.
Okay. Oh, it hits. Okay, great.
Sure does.
Okay.
Does Puddin get one as well?
Puddin does get one as well. 10 slashing damage, and 9, unfortunately, will miss.
Okay.
So I do
go
leave the monster's AC visible on the tokens.
Gotcha.
I don't have the numbers for their hit points visible intentionally, but you should be able to see a blue bar, and that is the AC of the enemies.
Gotcha. And I do have the Sentinel feat.
Oh, so it's stuck. Okay, it doesn't
Yeah.
make a move. Turns around, and I guess he's stuck right here, and he bellows, "I squish you!"
Yeah, so
And
I
that
clip his
brings-
ankle or calf or something as he runs by, and he kind of slows him down, or he feels like he can't move any forward.
Absolutely.
To hold him on me. Yes.
That brings us to Azure's turn.
I'm going to cast.
Oh, and just a quick question. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be bothering. I'm just asking the questions now, so I learn in the future.
No worries.
Like if you it's very minimal or just a very poignant thing to say, can you speak out of turn if it's
Oh,
necessary?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
I do cut people off if they talk too much, but
Sure.
absolutely you can have like a little sentence out of turn.
Okay, I would have as soon as I'm also learning everybody's character names. Amir,
No worries.
which
I'll
Amir
make
is the
a.
character name or the
Marcus.
There we
or the
go.
Marcus. So yes, he would have hollowed out. Uh, Marcus is down. He needs assistance. Please help him, someone. And just so everyone's aware. And then that would have been it.
All right. Okay, that brings us to Ajiren. What are you going to cast?
Cast Bargaining at the first one,
All right.
hoping that it jumps to the second one.
You send energy streaking out towards it, and that's a dex save from it.
I have to hit.
Okay.
I have to roll twice with advantage. 19.
13, 19. Yeah, both hit.
Okay.
Oh, it's I don't think it's an attack roll spell. I'm looking at
Yeah.
it. It just says the target must make a dex save.
Yeah. Creature makes a target must make a dexterity save. Takes 2d8. Half of it makes it.
Absolutely. But you don't need to worry about actual attack rolls on that. It's just a dex save from both targets. So
Really?
the first one,
because I have a plus. I have listed as a +5 to hit.
it's looking at the spell. It is you create a bolt of lightning darts towards the target of your choice that you can see. The target must make a dex save. I don't know why it's listing the attack, but it's a save based ability. I'll fix that.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. So he gets a 2d8, or he gets a save. If he misses, he gets 2d8, and the other one, if he
So one passes, one fails.
okay, which one passed?
The closest one passed.
Okay, then the back one should get 1d8. I think.
That's correct. Yep. So 2d8 and 1d8.
1 second.
No worries.
Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. Three.
3 to the 1.
And 3 again.
Okay, so 6 to the second.
Yes.
Down to 3 because it passed.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
And then Asher, any movement?
Yeah, just because I'm squishy, I'm gonna move over here.
Sounds good.
And then that's it.
And that brings us to Rin's turn. Rin,
Was Rin,
tucked away behind the
Rin
rocks.
able to? Yeah, there you go. Was he able to hide and be
You were.
perceptive?
Yeah, you got a 22 on your stealth check. I rolled it for you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. He will, like pop up, stand up, and shoot over / around the rock as he steps to the side. We're going to shoot for this one first.
Sounds good.
Should be with advantage.
27 hits.
We'll use his favored foe, which lets him mark him as he hits. And that should put. Wow, that's terrible damage.
Rough. 11
ones in
damage.
there all over the place. And then bonus action. If I remember right, where is it? Efficient takedown. No sneak or favored foe on this one, and
Sounds
the
good.
ability modifiers out. So it'll be minus the ability modifier.
Sounds good.
We're gonna shoot the second one over here.
Sounds good.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
And let me make sure the damage is.
It's
Damage is actually 4.
5. Sorry, 4. Yeah, 4. You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
That shot slams into the second ogre. 2 arrows quickly finding their mark. They're both hurt, but not down, although the one closer to Edmund is certainly in very rough shape. And Rin, you duck back behind the rock?
Yeah, he'll step back. He'll just step back up here this way a little bit further.
All right, sounds good. That brings us around to Edmund.
And then he's concentrating.
Okay. I don't need to target anything, right? I'm just making sure.
You're good.
I just roll. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It just all feels so simple that I'm like, I'm not sure of myself. I'm like, surely
Yeah.
there's something else I need to do.
No,
Okay.
yeah, Foundry has advantages and disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is it's a bit more complicated. But you know, when you've got the learning curve down pat, it can be quite a lot more elegant in some ways.
In some ways, I'm a big fan of above VTT because it's so easy. It's just
Yeah.
It's just like old school paper rolling kind of
Yeah,
way.
absolutely.
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate your patience with me. I'm targeting the one right in front of me here. Sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This one.
So on Roll20, what you can do is if you hold down a left click, you can actually ping as well.
Oh, okay.
So you can.
Okay. Yep. There we go. Okay.
So that guy.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So targeting this one right here, and I hit. So I'm gonna roll for damage. 10 damage.
You cut him down in one quick blow, dropping the ogre.
Yeah, and I'm going to then move to here to get between myself and Marcus, if anybody can get around to kind of bring him up, because I think my lay on hands is an action, correct?
It
I
is,
don't
yeah.
wanna get that wrong. Okay, and okay, then I will position myself here to protect anybody if they're trying to come after Marcus, and that will be my turn.
All right. You stand fast. You do have, if you want, you do that as well.
Oh, I forgot about that. I could try it, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big and burly and they're quite sturdy, but you can give it a go. It might work.
Now, as part of my shove action, can you use shove to knock them prone, like knock them down?
You can. Yeah, you can knock them back 5 feet or knock them prone.
I'm gonna try to knock them prone to make it harder
Sounds
for them
good.
to do anything.
It's an athletics check from you.
Okay. Oh,
unfortunately, that's gonna be a no. You bring the shield around, slam it into his legs, and the ogre kind of looks at you and snorts even as the first of the ogres drops. It lets out a bellow of rage as Cromdal's turn begins.
Like hitting Superman. Nothing happens.
Absolutely. Cromdal.
I'm going to move up, and I'm going to attack him with my Warhammer.
Sounds good. "22. Crack! The Warhammer slams into the ogre.
Why did that roll 2d8s?
It didn't display 2 for me, so I think you're all good.
Okay.
I've got 5 damage against it.
Yep, that's what I got. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, Cromdal, we need to work on our flanking ideas. Since you and I are the melee guys, we need to work on our flanking strategies.
We do.
Absolutely. You slam into him, 5 points of damage. Cromdal, you still have a bonus action as well. You want to spend out anything?
I think the only bonus I have is Healing Word, and I have to be next to him to do it.
You don't. Healing Word is 30-foot range. 60-foot range, actually, sorry. Cure Wounds, you have to be adjacent to your target, but Healing Word is just you shout at them from across the area, and you can heal them.
Oh, well, okay. I've been playing that wrong. Yeah, I'm going to try to heal Marcus.
All right. Calling upon Kiri Jolith, you channel healing magic through, insisting that he returns to the fight, and cast it at whatever level you like.
Where is it?
4 HP back to Marcus.
Nice. Good job, Cromdal. Good job.
Standing once again. And just in time for his turn. Marcus, you surge back to life, but from your position on the ground, you also have an excellent vantage point of the earth off to the side here. It is churning, a line of dirt being drawn across the ground, moving towards the side.
That's not good.
Oh no, it's a tremor.
Um, that's not good enough. Not good enough. Yeah, Marcus is gonna get up.
It's just one of those gift giving worms, guys. It's just they give gifts when they pop up. And everybody
Ah,
gets presents. It's like Santa Claus, but for underground.
Yeah, Marcus is gonna try to finish his ogre off quickly.
Marcus, you bound up to your feet, race towards the ogre, and deliver a series of quick blows.
Okay.
.24. Crack! Slams into it, 7 points of damage.
Flurry of blows.
2 more blows rain down upon it. 20 and... Natural 1, unfortunately, a miss.
Let's not get prone again. He has to make a dex saving throw.
All right.
He
This
failed.
time it passes, I think,
Oh.
right? DC 14? Or is it
Actually,
DC 15?
Mark's wisdom is 8. Mark's wisdom is 4. Proficiency 2 and 8. So
It's probably 14, right?
yeah,
Next level, I think it'll be 15.
Yeah.
All right. So unfortunately, it narrowly makes it. These things are not dexterous at all, but every once in a while they can keep their footing, and that's one of those times. The ogre keeps its ground just barely as you sweep the leg, and that brings us to Juvia's turn. Juvia, as Marcus, looks up and goes after the ogre from behind the rock. What's your passive perception?
it is a 12.
12. You cannot make out the appearance of this this pile of dirt moving in your direction.
Okay.
So
Can
it's
I
a very simple problem for you.
can I shoot over this rock here, or do I have to move around?
You do have to move around it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to come here, take an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
I mean, sorry, you could shoot over it, but it's 3/4 cover, so I assume you don't
yeah.
want to do that. You move
Not
around the
with my
rock and take a
-1.
crack. The Eldritch Blast slams into incredible damage.
Yeah, that is nice. And then she will move back and have Pudding attack this guy also.
Sounds good.
Pseudopod misses.
Oh, unfortunately, Puddin not able to land that blow.
Yep, and that's my turn. Quick AFK.
Sounds good. The ogre bellows once again in pain and in some fear, and points a quavering hand in the direction of the dirt. Clearly both in agony and afraid at this point, and it is going to wind up with its enormous club and sweep around. And I need a dexterity saving throw from Marcus, Cromdoll, and Puddin, and I'll roll Puddin's.
Did I disappear off the board?
It does look like you did. I don't know where you went, but
Because I was at 16. I thought I
yeah.
actually went.
I think you should be right before these ogres. I'm not sure where you
I
went.
moved here.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes if you move too far off the map, it does yank you off. But we'll put you back up, and we'll re-add you to the initiative.
Okay.
And there you go.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Does this count as an attack?
It does. Yes.
So then, since it's not against me, would my Sentinel Feet allow me as a reaction to attack it?
It would. Yes.
Okay, then I will take that opportunity then.
For sure. You swing out towards it. 17 will hit, and 25 from Marcus makes the save. 15 from Put, and Cromdoll, a dex save from you as well, please. All right, 13 makes it, Cromdoll. Having the damage, that is 5 points of bludgeoning damage to, unfortunately, all of you, including Marcus. So Marcus, despite making the dex save, the ogre's club still catches you just barely, and you leap over it and then crash back down to the ground. knocked
Oh,
prone once again.
and unconscious.
Sorry, how much
Battered
damage
down
was
to the
it?
ground.
11?
It's 11 down to 5 because you made the save.
Okay.
And that's to you, Puddin, and Marcus. And that brings us to Rin's turn. Rin, this ogre scout is badly hurt, but there's something coming out of the ground near you, and you're clear on that. Well, actually, I guess he's not just badly hurt; he's dead.
I actually got skipped.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, Asher. Because your turn got put out of order. 1 second. Let's fix this. So, two things. Yep, it's Asher. It's Zero, not Rin yet. And also, Edmund, as you sweep out with that sentinel blow, you crack into the side of the ogre, drive your sword into it, and pull it forth, and the ogre topples, crunching down to the ground just after taking out Marcus again. And Azir, you are up just before Rin, as there is clearly something about to surface, but it's not out yet.
I'm going to make my way down to here.
Sounds good.
And wait for it to surface. I'm going to do a delayed attack.
All right, what spell are you ready?
I'm going to ready. I'm going to use my wand and use it.
All right. You cut it a little bit there, but I'm going to guess you're Scorching Ray?
No, Sacred Flame.
Oh, Sacred Flame. Okay. You ready it as soon as this thing appears, and that brings us to Rin's turn. Go ahead, Rin. If you're talking, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if you got push to talk on and you're not holding it or something, but
Did Yep, there.
There you go.
I'm double. I muted the other one.
I
So
get it. No worries.
Ren, having seen something, a disturbance in the earth, will call out a warning to everyone, pointing in its direction, while he runs up the side of the rock there.
All right, you race up the side of the rock, and that brings us to Edmund's turn.
Can he ready a bow shot?
You sure can. Yeah, you ready a shot for as soon as this thing appears, taking cover on the rock. And Edmund, what you got?
All right. So as Edmund just saw his newly found compatriot fall to an attack, he quickly stabbed the ogre in response to the rage he felt. But after it goes down, he'll kind of navigate past the body, and with his action, he will put one hand down on Marcus real quick as he keeps eyes on the burrowing creature, and he will lay on hands for 10.
Okay.
Let me mark off 10. There we go. To Marcus, and then he, with his rest of his movement, he will move, I guess, to here to prepare just in case it just give it a chance to go by. If it goes by, then fine. If it doesn't, then okay. And that was his action. Bonus action doesn't need to do anything right now, so that will be it for him.
All right, Edmund, you stand fast at the ready after bringing Marcus back. And then bursting out of the ground with a screech and a explosion of dirt is a monstrous creature. Some sort of horrific thing. It lunges out in your direction towards your party. And 1 second. It is going to take aim. It's going to move sort of out towards where the ogre's corpse is on the side. And it will provoke an opportunity attack from Marcus, but not from anybody else. However, Rin and Azure, as it appears, both of you do get your ready to actions against it.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that I don't get anything on it. Where's the?
Marcus, you do crack a blow into it. 22 hit.
I'm gonna spend the inspiration for advantage.
Sounds good.
And yeah, roll.
25 hits.
And then we'll mark it since this is the first time on each of my. It says each of my turns. I don't know if this really counts, but
I believe it counts. Yeah.
okay.
Because you've got a limited
the
number
on
of
the
them,
right,
right? So
ignore.
it's
Yeah,
y-
this is the second one. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
because you only get 2 of them, and you only get them back on a long rest. So it's your choice if you want to use it. But
Yep.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, so that is 18 damage.
not the 3 on the right. That is supposed to be the damage for when I use the bonus action.
Sure, no worries. So 15 damage. Okay.
Yep.
15 damage. It fails the dex save against Sacred Flame, Azure, so you can go ahead and roll that one as well. And it takes 3 hits. It takes the hit from the longbow, the Sacred Flame, and Marcus's quarterstaff cracking into it. This monstrous thing, this Ankeg rising out of the dirt. 7 more damage. Wow. So that is for 29 damage that it takes as it appears. Rises out of the dirt and sprays a line of acid towards your party, clearly drawn by the conflict, hoping to seize on your party. But you dispatch these ogres so fast that it didn't matter. And I need a dex save from Marcus, Cromdal, and Rin. Marcus, you do have advantage, or not advantage, +2 because the ogre's corpse is in the way. And if you succeed by at least 5, you'll take no damage.
Okay.
You're fine.
Right?
Marcus is okay. Rin, you do not have the cover of the ogre corpse, so there's nothing for you to hide behind, so you'll take half damage, which really is not that bad. It's only 3 points of acid damage. And also 3 points of acid damage to Cromdal. All of you managed to dodge mostly out of the way of this thing as it appeared. But as it struck so many times, its brittle exoskeleton renders it a lot weaker. It's a lot easier to hit. It's got 11 AC instead of 14 now. Oh no, bludgeoning.
That's bludgeoning only. Yeah.
Well, Marcus hit it, but only for 7, so it's not quite. Okay, so that brings us to Cromdal.
Cromdal's gonna move up and attack him with his Warhammer.
Cromdal, you bring the Warhammer sweeping around.
Once I find it.
16 hits. And no sooner does this thing appear than it is brought low.
Good job, guys.
So
And we are out of initiative.
I think we figured.
That was a
So,
good fight.
I think I figure out what we're gonna have for dinner.
Ogre?
No, giant bug.
Bug?
Yes.
Acidic bug. Sounds good to me.
It sure does to you, doesn't it?
I want to sneak up to the hill and look at what those ogres are looking at.
Edmund will give a slight hand gesture that is just in honoring reverence to his deity, just a sort of kind of acknowledgement of favor.
Absolutely. As you settle in, you've got about half the day left. You reckon that if you push hard and you navigate well, you should be able to make it all the way to the Rookledust lab. Now, what's more, we did have a couple of other rolls. We had a 23 on foraging from Cromdal and a 19 on searching from Juvia. Cromdal, you managed to forage up one hell of a meal for the party. So you've got this giant ankeg you could eat if you want, but Cromdal, riding out to hunt while the party made their way about, you also managed to bag a deer, like a fairly large stag, you think, that this is large by your standards, that should feed the majority of the party, and it's so well done, in fact, that. Let's see. Everybody gains 5 temporary hit points.
Wow, thank you. Good job.
Nice.
Juvia, with a 19, is there anything in particular that you were searching for? You said, like, just showing the world to Putin.
Yep.
Is there anything in particular that you were looking for, or just whatever happened to be out there?
Just whatever's out there.
Okay. Well, then in that case, as you search around looking for things with pudding, just whatever beautiful things you might be able to encounter, whatever wonderful things might be out there, you discover a berry bush, and it is a very fine berry bush indeed. It's full of ripe, juicy berries, and looking around, um, you suspect that this could probably be of a good deal of use to your party. It is a sort of a black purple plant with these ripe berries, and you think you recall something about it being a potent curative, especially for acidic wounds, which having just dealt with an Ankeg's acid, could be useful, especially if there's more of these things out there.
Okay. I
So
will collect some, but not all. That
sure.
way I don't damage it, and bring it back to the group.
Okay.
And give
Uh,
one to Puddin.
So you can
Actually, no.
add to your inventory just as a custom item.
Okay.
I'll put them in the loop. 1 second.
Anti-acidic properties.
Can Marcus drink a
Puddin didn't
potion
just
of
roll over.
healing?
Yeah, Marcus, of course you can.
Okay.
I did want to do one thing after the fight. Did
Sure.
did we skip over that part, or are we going back to it?
Do you want to wait for your potion of healing and try to?
So this would be these were things that you gathered like before arriving in this fight. So you you would have had these already, and so you can do something right after the fight. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Can I check the nearest ogre to me? See if it had anything worthwhile on it.
The ogres were carrying nothing of value. They seem to have been, in the process of raiding, or perhaps they were hunting this very Ankeg, looking for a meal. The Ankeg, however, with survival check, you could chop off some of its bits and pieces and try and take them with you.
Sure. Let me roll that quick.
Bob's and bits.
16.
All right, 16, Asher. Azure is certainly a good roll, considering you're not super trained in it, but with typical draconic and elven certainty and perhaps arrogance, you set to it nevertheless, and it works. You will the universe to adhere to you, and it succeeds. You chop off bits of the Ankeg, and you're certain that these will prove pretty valuable back in town. Ankeg plates are nearly as strong as steel.
Oh, so the members of my party can use it for armor.
You could. You'd probably have to, find a blacksmith or somebody to turn it into something. But instead of selling it, you could try and craft it into armor.
Yeah, I'll give it to who wants it. Anybody?
No, not yet.
If you want me to try to craft it, I can try and craft it into an armor for you.
No. I'm giving it to one of the fighters. I can't wear armor.
Oh. I'll
It
take
could
it.
make a solid set of armor or shield or something like that, for sure. Okay, Cromdell, so you've got the Ankeg armor plates.
Cool.
And Juvia, what was it that you wanted to do?
Once they're done with the bodies, there was one ogre that was talking more than the other, right?
One ogre, yeah, this one over here seems to have more to say.
Okay. Pudding is gonna go up, start to suck on its finger, and then slowly digest the whole body. And I will take its memories.
Sounds good. It will take a while for Puddin to digest this ogre, but you guys can all take a short rest, and over the course of that short rest, Juvia, you will digest this creature, absorb its memories. Azure will harvest the Yank Egg, and then you will all continue on your way towards Rookeldust's lab. And while we're doing that, we're going to take a 10-minute break ourselves, and when we get back, you guys will have had your short rest, and Juvia, you'll get your information.
Awesome.
See you guys in 10.
Thank you.
Oh boy. You're alive. Very much alive.
I don't know how I went and got a Coke Zero. Then I got a Oda Smoke Fire.
Oh boy.
They do seem to be in conflict.
Yeah.
I know, it feels good to be ahead of the war. You know, I got knocked down like twice in this combat because I was stupid.
I was actually trying to set you up for the flank, because I figured they'd come down the hill towards me, and then you could just sneak in behind one and just flank and just do all your shit. That's what I was trying to set you up for.
Oh, I'm
They were
sorry.
just... No. You couldn't have known that though. Yeah. There's no way you could have known that. No. So I was telling you what I was trying to do. You do whatever you want. You have complete agency. Do whatever you want.
Didn't have to get knocked out. There was a scenario where it didn't have to get knocked out.
There was a specific scenario where you could have just held your action. Yeah, and kept blinking. But it happens, you know. It's part of the fun.
Don't you have the thing where you can whoop and run away, right?
Yeah.
Mobile. Oh, that's a great one.
Got 50 feet of movement right now.
Nice.
Next level, I'm gonna have so many bonus actions to choose from that I don't know what I'm gonna do with this.
At next level, I get extra attack and stunning strike.
Oh man. What all feats did you take? Cromwell. Oh, I want to know yours too, because since we're all the melee, I want to make sure we're all kind of like working together, right? Because melee is always a little underpowered in D&D, you know. So like, if we could play together and use each other's strengths, then we can do a lot, like, without having to be like super magical.
Sometimes in D&D, it's great to have either a paladin or monk. It's just pure melee. Yeah.
Yeah. What feats did you take then, Marcus? Or do you want to be called Volt? I just want to make sure I call you right back.
Doesn't matter. I just right now I still have mobile. And,
Cool.
Yeah.
Is that your free first level feat?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So I didn't take anything for the fourth level. I just dumped them into my ASI.
Okay, gotcha. You took ability increase. Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, to make this work, I got.
What about you? Oh yeah, so yeah, mobile. How can we play with that? I think if we just kind of work on our flanking tactics, you can get in, hit, and get out. So that way, you don't have to worry about it so much, like getting hit. And then like
Marcus has an 18 AC, so
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
yeah.
That's really good. Cromdal, what do you rocking? Or is he maybe not back yet?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably not. Got it.
About to meet Tatiana, the gnome. What's the vibe? What's the vibe you're getting off from Marcus so far?
So that is headstrong, maybe a little confident, maybe overconfident. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, that confidence is a good thing. Is that the gut vibe you're going for, or are you kind of doing something different?
Always want to know. Each player has their own views on characters. I always want to know each player views on my character.
Well, I've only got the one experience so far.
All right.
And another
Hello,
thing,
folks.
Marcus is becoming a ladies' man, and that was not part of the plan.
Hello again, folks. Welcome back. Like you're probably all here.
We are here.
Perfect.
Not
Okay.
sure if we've got our Chrome doll back yet.
Duke, you're kicking around? Okay, we'll give him a minute longer.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so in that fight, what I was trying to do, Marcus, to help your character out, was I was trying to lure them into the open area so they'd come down that cliff, and then the thought was like, hey, if you get since you're hidden, you can get behind them and flank and do all your shit, and then run away if you need to, then hit and strike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, do whatever you want. I'm just playing my character. You're playing your character.
Can you hear me now? There we go. Now it's working.
There you go. All right. Welcome back.
All right, here we go. Let's meet the
So, you carry onwards after a brief reprieve, a brief rest, making your way towards Dust's lab, whatever it might be. And I'm going to get another series of checks from everybody. Perception, investigation, survival, athletics.
Did I learn anything important from?
It was new. It happened.
So, Juvie, as your party continues onwards, you finish devouring. Ooh, that was not as good. You finish devouring the corpse of the ogre, and you discover that there is apparently a camp, an ogre camp, not far to the east from where you are now. Probably about like a half day marching in that direction. Ogres are like reasonably quick because they're so much larger. So it's probably about a half day close towards a river. You're not certain precisely where that would be, but looking at the map Derek provided, you reckon that you're probably somewhere like around this area right now, based on the fact that you're near some hills and the water yourself. And it looks through the ogre's memories like it's somewhere to the east by some hills and a river.
Can you ping where we were again? I'm sorry.
So you guys, you reckon, based on your survival checks, that you're probably about here.
Okay.
And it's somewhere to the east is where this ogre camp is. Somewhere potentially down there, yeah.
Okay.
So you're not positive, but yeah.
Do I have a sense of how many there were about?
Yes, yeah. So you pull back into your memories and just the basics, and it looks like there was probably about 10 ogres in this camp. 2 were a problem enough. If there's 10 ogres on this side of the run, it could be a problem. And you recall one more thing as you think back and try to think of numbers. It wasn't just 10 ogres. There was someone else with those ogres. A draconian.
God damn it.
But not just any draconian. Not one of the Baz draconian foot soldiers or even one of the flying scouting draconians, the Kapaks. It was different. Like nothing you had seen thus far. Golden in color, with almost a beard of these long, just whiskers growing from the front of its face, and clear signs of allegiance to Takesis.
I will pass this information on to the group, and I think we need to take care of this camp. We need to get the gnome first, but we need more information on what this golden draconian is.
Wow.
You said there's a golden draconian amongst them?
Yeah, and I'll describe what I saw.
And it has a beard.
That is very
Clearly
odd.
a worshipper of Takesis.
So, Julia is right. You get to the gnome, then we take a look at this camp.
Was this creature actually in fact a dragon, or was it some sort of variation there?
Juvie is able to describe it, and you've heard rumors of these creatures. You haven't seen any for yourself, but supposedly they were among the creatures that attacked the town of Volgar. and your companions are able to describe them to you fairly, fairly handily.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But none of you have in the attack on Vogler. None of you had seen a golden one.
No.
We just seen a dragon machine that spits fire.
Yeah, we saw 2 different types of draconians. This would be a 3rd type.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're a golden dragon kind, you're probably pretty high up in the order. I mean, because golden dragon born are the best there are.
Hey, is it true that they shit gold?
Yeah, check the layers out.
Did you guys see the art handouts for them?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you've seen the one on the left and the right, the Capac Draconian and the Baz Draconian, but the one in the center, this sort of golden one, that is what you saw in the ogre's memories, Juvia, and it seemed to be some sort of advisor or commander to these ogres.
So definitely much more intelligent.
Yeah, the other 2 that you've encountered, the Capacs are like cunning and cruel, and the Baz Draconians are like barely smarter than a hound. It seemed like, but this one seemed a lot smarter.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get the gnome, get her back to town, and let them know about this new draconian. They're most likely want us to go investigate. I'm just worried about if they're sending groups of ogres out to harass people on the road, unless they're looking for something in particular.
Or they recruited ogres into the army.
Well, if they were doing that, they probably wouldn't still be around here. They would have joined up with the army. That's why I think this smarter draconian is doing something in this area with them as foot soldiers, probably.
Yes, correct. I just meant like joined into the royal version of army, not the literal.
Okay.
Yes, recruited them into the quote unquote army.
Well, there is an actual army.
Yes.
So before you arrive at your destination, as you travel, Juvia, searching and doing well once again. I'm going to get you to roll a d100 for me.
Okay. 1 second. Here we go.
99.
99.
Damn.
Damn, Juvia.
Damn.
All
I
right.
got 99 problems, but that ain't one of them.
No, you got 99 problems, but it is not the magic item that you just rolled. Because as you were looking about and searching for, just more interesting things to show your little puddin companion, you discovered a strange sight. There was a little shrine that was just tucked to the side, seemingly not to Takesis, but to some other deity. Perhaps Kiri Jolith, perhaps Habakkuk. It seemed to be a rough and tumble sort of shrine built by perhaps ogres or perhaps some other Clantley Hills-dwelling monstrous race, because upon it was a small fetish made out of bones, feathers, and semi-precious gems. Not particularly high quality, but nevertheless. And it's laced with a string atop it. You get the feeling that sitting upon the shrine, this charm, this small fetish, has absorbed some of its power, and taking it could be quite advantageous. Although it might also anger whomever made this shrine.
And we don't know much about the gods, right? Because they haven't been around for a while.
Correct.
But we know not to anger them.
Yeah, you know that they are. Yeah, you know that they are a rough sort, You know, the gods have not been around for quite some time. And even Kiri Jolith, who you see direct representation of in your part, and Paladine, you know, whose avatar you have spoken to, even they, you know, are perhaps less prevalent than you would like them to be.
Okay, then what I will do is I will kneel before the altar and say a little prank. Thanks, not prank. Say a little thanks. Um, and tentatively reach out for the item.
All right,
The fetish.
go ahead and make a religion check. You get the feeling that your prayer was heard, because as you take it, there is a feeling of release, of calm. You claim this little trinket, and you feel like whatever this is, it's worth holding on to. Probably tying to your wrist or to a weapon or, you know, to something.
Okay. I will tie my hair back with it.
Okay, sounds good. You tie your hair back with, and you feel like, you know, once you've had some time to sit down with it and examine it, it will probably be of some use to you.
Okay.
But for now, you know, you continue onwards, following the rest of your party. Cromdal, with a 9, you find enough food for the party, but not like a feast. Once again, you know, it's not like another magnificent feast of fine food for your companions.
Should have saved some of that deer.
Yeah. However, unfortunately, with not one but 2 natural ones on your watching out for threats.
We're killing it.
It is not you watching out for threats. It is threats watching out for you. Because you come around to the next bend unexpectedly quickly, having made good time. It's, you know, it's the mid-evening at this point. There's still enough sun to see by, and you reckon like, oh, it must be pretty close. And you can tell that you're there because you feel arrows slamming into you as you turn the corner. You are caught by surprise. With 2 natural ones on watching for threats, these guys have a surprise round against you, which is not a good thing. They've got a full round to take attacks against you, and there are what look like about a dozen goblins menacing you from the hill, and a hobgoblin standing forefront in the center, bellowing orders towards them as you come around the corner. In the name of Takesis, slay the interlopers, and then we'll take the gnome! The hobgoblin shouts, and battle is joined. Everybody can roll initiative.
I'd like to shout back to him. That's not a gnome, that's a dwarf, you idiot.
You snap it back, a quick rejoinder, and for your rejoinder, the goblins will look in your direction.
God damn it.
Natural 20, though, Juvia. Very nice.
I have to select my token. 1 second here.
No worries.
Oh, it got worse. Good.
Well, you can change it back to the first one. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'll fix that for you. So we got a no problem. So we got natural 20 from Juvia, a 12 from Marcus, 12 from Edmund, a 4 from Cromdal, a 17 from Azure, and a 20 from Ren. Very nice. All right. Unfortunately, none of that helps you in this opening round, as your opponent are very much ready for you. Hobgoblin Captain is at a 6. And the goblins are acting at, respectively, each of the groups, 18 and 20.
Damn.
Quick little blighters.
Who's that cool looking guy up there?
He is the hobgoblin.
Oh.
Who's the cool looking guy? As he's slashing on you. Who's this cool looking dude? That's awesome.
He's a cool looking. He is clad in sort of a motley armor, but it is well cared for and maintained. And the symbol of Takesis is visible, clear upon the breastplate. And I suppose, Edmund, you would see that for not the first time. It's likely that you've seen this around, but this is the symbol of Takesis.
That is, yeah.
The five-headed dragon queen.
The five-headed dragon queen, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Also known as, not in this universe, but in, more standard D&D universes, Tiamat.
Yeah.
It's the same character. Okay. So, Juvia, you're surprised, but you get your turn first, which means you have your reaction back, if it's relevant. Followed by Rin. You get your reaction back. You still don't get a turn. And then that brings us to the goblin. This pack of goblins over on the left-hand side is ready for you, waiting. And a volley of arrows surges forth, and I need a dexterity saving throw from everybody in the party.
Can't we use our reactions? Or...
You only Juvia and Rin can use their reactions.
Okay.
The way surprise works is you do not get a reaction until you've had your turn, and then once you've had your turn, your surprised condition is gone. Okay, so Marcus makes it. Juvia makes it. Rin and Azure don't. Cromdal shockingly does.
Looking at something here, sorry.
No worry.
Can I use my inspiration?
You sure can.
Does this... Okay, never mind. I don't think this door that works. Okay.
All right. Asher, that will make it. And Edmund, that will make it. So unfortunately, the only failure comes from Rin, which makes sense, Rin, because you are right in the front.
Fair enough.
So a volley of arrows snaps out. And that is going to be 9 damage to you, Rin, and 4 damage to the rest of the party. As all of you duck, taking cover, raising shields, dodging to the sides. Rin unfortunately catches the brunt of it, but majority of you are still pretty well okay. The other pack of goblins, and as they take their shots at you, they are going to discard their short bows and run in your direction, surrounding you. The other goblins up on the hill are going to be a bit more targeted in their approach, and several short bow shots are going to fly down towards. At the hobgoblin's direction, he points towards the less armored folk in the party, towards Azure and Juvia. That is a volley of arrows flying towards both of you. Okay.
Is this a death save or is
No,
this
this will
straight
be
up
attack
attack?
rolls from them. 1 second. It's not
Just checking.
displaying properly for. The goblins take their shots. And there we go. That's you feel arrows raining down from above. 3 on Juvia.
Son of a.
Holy shit. All right, Juvia. That is 22 damage to you.
On that crit against me, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
The goblin explodes. Even if he rolls the save, that's still double his HP. The goblin explodes in a ball of fire, and the other goblins decide, you know what? Maybe not Juvia, maybe somebody else, as these arrows slam into you. The other arrows out towards Asher. Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, these goblins are on fire. 15 damage to you, Azure.
Okay.
All right. And then these goblins are going to tuck back and move away from the ledge. Racing up towards another ledge for cover, leaving their dead companion behind. That brings us to the Hobgoblin Captain, who follows up behind his companions, shouting towards. He is going to bellow a command towards them. And advance. And that brings us to Cromdal. Cromdal, Juvia took some pretty nasty hits. So did Azure.
Sure.
And there's goblins all around. What would you like to do?
I have to run out real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
No worries. And Duke, Cromdal? Oh, you just said BRB. Damn, that's unfortunate timing. Just saw that message. Okay, well, we'll skip past Cromdal's... Or, sorry, that was surprise. Anyway, my mistake. So top of the round, that brings us back to Juvia.
Okay. Can I see these goblins up here? From where I am?
The ones up on the very top?
Yeah.
With 3/4 cover, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. As long as I can see them, I am going to cast ice spikes, putting them as much in the middle of it as possible.
Sounds good.
Yep. And
Probably right about there.
Yeah, that looks perfect. And then I'm going to go hide behind the little wall here so that they can't see me. Or at least get as much cover as I can. And I am going to have Pudding come up and attempt to engulf that goblin next to him.
All right, Puddin lunges forwards, and it's a dex save from the goblin.
Yep.
He rolls to one side and will take, what, no damage, right? Or is it half damage?
Let me double check. It can choose to go 5 feet to either side.
I'm back. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, I don't think anything happens.
Yeah, I don't think so. So the goblin rolls to the side, dodging out of the way of Puddin, as that brings us to Rin's turn. With the goblins back on deck.
Yep. I think I get disadvantage shooting at him this way.
In this close range, you do, unfortunately.
Yep. He will...
Rin, if you would like to move, it would be very beneficial for me.
Oh, no. That I would take the boom booms and the sticks.
No. That if you weren't in the way of my attack here.
Yeah. A lot of them get to go next to. Withdrawal is a single move, right?
Disengage is an action.
Disengage. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have you don't have cunning action yet, right? You're 3/1.
Yep.
Yeah. With cunning action, it's a bonus action, but
next level. That's why I was like, I'll have all the bonus actions next level. So many bonus actions.
Absolutely.
Drawing a weapon though is still free action, or is that bonus?
Yep, free action.
He'll draw his short sword and attempt to cut. He's gonna attempt to cut this one first.
Sounds good.
So short sword. Normal roll 8 will probably not do it.
No, 15 AC on these little guys.
And oh yeah, I see that now. Dang. Well, he wouldn't have known. So bonus action, we'll try it again. With his. There we go. I don't get any additional damage. So 5 piercing on this one. And he will. I don't know if I can actually back out of there. I don't want to back out of there and leave them by themselves either.
Well, I'm going next, and if you back out, I can rush in there.
He'll move back 1 and see what happens. So it looks like I'll provoke from
4 goblins and the 5 goblins and the hobgoblin.
Oh, is
Are you sure you want to make that choice?
No.
That is 6 attacks your way. So.
Yeah, just stay there.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll modify my attack.
All right. You raise your short sword, and the first blow misses, but the second blow hits, cutting into one goblin and weakening it, not quite dropping it. And that brings us to the goblins. Edmund, you're not for a little bit yet. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. So the first pack of goblins on the left down below are all up, and they are gonna, having discarded their bows, lunge towards you. And they have still got the leadership of the hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm.
So, the three of them are going to go for Azure, and the other three are going to go for Rim.
Does that affect all of them or just one?
Whenever a non-hostile creature that it can see within 30 feet of it makes an attack roll or saving throw, that creature can add it. It's like Bless, basically.
Oh, okay. Cool. I like how you use non-standard skills on monsters.
Oh man, D&D itself is like so boring if you just use standard monster skills.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I could just put a caster in and cast Bless, but it's like much more interesting when these things are. Although the leadership feature is actually a standard Hobgoblin feature. That one is in the books. At least as far as I'm aware, it is.
Looks like it actually got them too. Are those
I think
against
it's
Ren?
not. Yeah, that's against Azure. Those first batch. So that is 16 and 16. So both groups hit for 12 damage against Azure.
Damn.
The second group, that is going to be 2 hits against Azure or against Rin for 15 damage. And that brings us to the next pack of goblins up on the top. Yeah, actually, I don't know if that ability is by default on hobgoblins, but it is a in the book. It's the knight that gets that ability. The knight stat block in BC.
Okay.
Cool.
It's like one of those back of the monster manual ones. The goblins up on the top, caught in the midst of the ice spikes, are smart enough to realize they're surrounded by ice, and are not, wildly pleased about it. But they're not really sure what to do. They bicker for a moment, and 2 of them are going to skip their turns, just trying to figure out what the hell to do. Well, the other 3 are going to take aim, and are going, not risk moving and just fire some arrows. And I need a dexterity saving throw from. Let's see. Marcus and Edmund.
37. Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
With Shield Master, and I'm not quite sure how it says or how this works. You add it says you add your shield's AC bonus to any dex saving throw you make against effects that target only you. I don't know what that necessarily means.
So basically, if it's like a, like a burning hand, like if it's an ability that makes you make a dexterity saving throw, and you're the only one targeted by it, then you get to add your shield bonus to it. And in this case, I would say, because it's like you're receiving the attacks and Marcus is, like it's separate, I would let you apply your bonus to it. So you get an extra +2.
You're kind of just doing an in-mass shooting thing versus rolling each individual goblin. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow. Okay, gotcha.
These ones are volley firing rather than, doing
speeds up combat. No, I totally get it. It makes total sense. So 14 plus 2.
Yeah, 16 and 13 make it, so it's half damage, 3 damage to both of you, and that brings us to Azure's turn. Azure, pretty hurt by these goblins. What do you got?
If I'm going down, I'm taking them all with me.
Okay.
I'm going to use my... Oh, never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to use my breath weapon.
Nice.
And it should be able to take that one.
Is it a 15-foot cone, or what is the...
15-foot cone, yeah. I should be able to get the hobgoblin leader, the one below him, and the 2 in front of them.
So, like, this basically is what you're looking for?
Yep.
Okay. So it'll just miss, but it'll scorch the 2 in front and the one below him. Absolutely.
So 13 dexterity save.
All right. These goblins shriek as out of your mouth, this elf's mouth, your eyes flash and flame ripples forth. The goblins are probably not going to pass that. One of them make it. Okay, 2 of them make it, but it might not matter. They're not very strong. Captain makes it as well. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
9 fire damage. Okay, that's still enough to kill 2 of the goblins. One of them survives, but 2 of them, they're so weak that it doesn't matter that they made the save. The fire lights them up, burning 2 of the goblins. And the 3rd barely holds on.
Okay.
The captain ducks up to one side, and he manages to use the goblins sort of as cover for the worst of the fire, and only takes a bit of damage. But Azure, there's only 1 goblin next to you now.
Trying to think if I have anything else I can do. That's an action.
The hill to the side is good cover from the archers above because they can't shoot directly down it. You'd provoke from the 1 goblin if you moved there, but you could do it. Alternately, you could duck way down here and be an even better cover. But it would provoke from 2 goblins.
Yeah, I'll go over to here.
The 1 goblin lashes at you, hitting you for 5 more slashing with a quick blow from his scimitar, but you duck into cover. And that brings us not to Marcus, but instead to somebody else.
Ooh.
From inside the laboratory ahead, you hear, "You damn blasted goblins! Get off my lawn!" through this strange, like, enormous golden tube out of the front of the house. And oh, that one. Oh, she'll get one more try. Okay. So there's the sound of clanging and banging, and a few pieces of sort of clockwork just tumble down. We're getting a bit of audio bleed through, Asher, just so you know.
Sorry.
Don't worry. A few clockwork devices rattle and bang down to the ground, and then one of them lunges forward and slams into the hobgoblin right in the back. Hitting him for 2 points of damage. The hobgoblin snarls and knocks this like big set of teeth away, as there are shouts from inside. Get out of here! Skedaddle! And that brings us to Marcus's turn.
Okay. Marcus is going to use his monk bullshit to just get behind the hobgoblin dude. And he does provoke.
He sure does. Not from that guy. That guy took a swing at Asher, but from this one here.
I didn't even notice that guy.
He misses anyways. He swings wildly and almost falls over. And you're up, Marcus.
Tell me, what's your name?
The hobgoblin, smartly back in response, cracks out. I am known as Kenob.
I don't remember you.
Mess him up.
Okay. Now roll trolling is lagging on me now.
Oh no, Mark. You crack out and Kenob knocks your blow away, parrying it.
Can I use inspiration?
You sure can. You bring it sweeping back around and bang.
Nice. Bonus action, flurry of blows.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice.
$15
All right. 11, 17 damage. Just 15 doesn't hit. You're right. Yeah, so just 11.
Oh,
all right.
I like to set him flying 15 feet, so he has to make a saving throw.
He keeps it. You slam into him with your foot, trying to knock him backwards towards the rest of your party, but he holds his ground, whirling back around on you, his sword drawn. You are an admirable opponent, but you would not be the first one that I have defeated. As Edmund, your turn begins.
Okay. I'm going to help out Marcus here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Can I stand in this space? I don't know. If that
You sure
is a
can, yeah.
problem.
Yep. Corpses are not a problem.
Okay.
Especially small goblin corpses.
Crunch. Yes, so I will help flank with Marcus here, just in case. And then second question is yeah, let me I will take the attack action then to attack this target here, helping him.
All right. You swing out at the hobgoblin. You've got advantage because you're flanking him.
Good, yeah. Good job, Marcus. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
others are
awesome.
flanking.
I love when plans come together. Did it show up?
It did not this time. 1 second.
Oh.
But I can see it on Roll20, so that's okay. Or on DD Beyond. So 24 will hit.
Okay.
Oh, you seem to have...
Did I disconnect or something?
Yeah. You disconnected for a second, but it looks like you're back in now.
Okay, let's try this then. Okay. So,
Well, we'll take the 24 as a hit. That's okay. So you can go ahead and roll damage.
Gotcha.
Because I can see the roll on D&D Beyond. So.
There, that's working again.
Oh, rough.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. 4 damage. I actually want
Absolutely.
Marcus to get the kill anyway. Marcus has got the relationship now.
Sure.
So for my bonus action, I'm going to use my shield ability. Now on it, for Shield Master, if I take the attack action, I can use a bonus action to shove a creature within 5 feet of me with my shield. Can I shove the PC? I'm sorry, I don't remember his name yet. The PC
Ren?
beneath me, Ren. Can I just shove Ren back 5 feet if he chooses to fail his save against it?
Absolutely.
Like just shove him out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can shove Rin back to safety, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Ren, would you wish to just fail your save and I just push you back 5 feet
Yeah.
out of threatened range?
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Rin, if you want to use your reaction, I'll let you make an acrobatics check and tumble even further back.
He's just like, Ren, get back! And he kind of
Sweeps his
gives
shield out.
he lets you use his shield as a launching board, actually. He just puts his arm out, and you can just push off of it if you want.
Ah,
That'll do it. Okay, Ren, you can move up to half your speed away.
sweet. He'll...
With no opportunity attack provoked, obviously.
He'll roll right over here.
You roll to safety alongside Azure, and that brings us to Kanab's turn, the Hobgoblin Captain. As he realizes he is, pretty badly surrounded here by all of you, and the attack has gone not quite as well as he was hoping, he is going to... Nevertheless, he pauses for a second, like you can see a moment of consideration flash across his face, Marcus. And despite his poor odds here, he chooses to continue fighting. He grits his teeth and says, "For the Red Dragon Army and Lady Consaldi, attack!"
Marcus just rolled his eyes.
He could solve the. It's a new wrinkle.
And he is going to swing at you, Marcus. He's got... Two blows rain down on you, and one of them will miss, but one of them will hit. And it's not just for 8 piercing damage, because he has martial advantage. You're next to a bunch of the goblins. So he'll hit you for a total of 19 damage. The great sword slams into you.
Man, I'm eating a lot of absurd damage today.
You are, yeah.
I'm gonna sentinel reaction attack against Kebab.
Sure. If you want to withhold the killing blow, I'll let you deal. If you think you're gonna kill him, you miss anyway. So you swing out.
Yes, I do miss.
Now you do have it still because it's near the end of the session. I'll just I'll let you. All players start with 1 inspiration and get 1 inspiration per session. So if you'd like, you can re-roll that attack. Oh, and that's true. You've also got flanking. Yeah, so you've got advantage.
Oh yeah. I also have a precise strike ability from my Squire of Solamnia thing that I forgot about too. I was just read down on that. Okay, yeah, let me try that with advantage. I'll just roll 1 more time. Okay, I will go ahead and use my Squire of Salami ability once per turn. And since it's technically his turn, I guess I can do this. When you make a weapon attack roll against a creature, you can cause the attack roll to have advantage. Oh, I guess you can't get double advantage. Okay.
You can't get double advantage, but you can use your inspiration and re-roll both dice.
Okay, I will do that. And spin that. And let's see here if we can try this again.
That will hit.
Oh, right. Excellent. And we only do 7 though.
But you can add the Salamnia if you want to drop this guy. You can add the Squire of Salamnia feature as well.
No, I really want Marcus to do it.
You want Marcus to get it? Okay, so you save it. All right, you crack into it. And that is it for you then in that case. And that brings us to Cromdal. Kanab is flanked by Edmund and Marcus. Marcus took a pretty nasty blow. There's still the group of goblins up top, and there's still 4 goblins down below.
I'm seeing Rin and Azure are hurt, so I'm going to move up next to Rin. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him at level 2.
Sounds good. Kiri Jolith's power surges into you, and you feel suddenly much, much better as your wounds begin to close rapidly across your body. 14 HP back.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to cast, also at level 2, Healing Word on Azure.
Okay, so I will let you give that a shot. Go ahead and roll a religion check. But typically you can't cast 2 leveled spells in 1 turn.
Oh, right.
Regardless of whether it's actionable.
Yeah.
But I don't mind people, bending the rules a little bit for fun and for just awesome moments of rule of cool. So go ahead and roll the religion check, and we'll see if Kiri Jolith lets you do this.
Okay.
He does. In this case, Kiri Jolith hears your prayers, sees how dire the situation is, and you are a devoted servant of Kiri Jolith, engaged in battle. He will answer your call, and Azure, you are healed.
Cool.
How much?
9 HP.
9.
9? Okay.
Yeah, that's Cromdal, unless you want to move.
Thank you, sir.
I'm good.
Okay, that brings us to Juvia.
Thank you for the healing.
No worries.
Okay, Juvia's. How far back would Juvia have to move to get a good shot at one of these guys?
Down to about there, about 4 or 5 squares down. So you won't be able to make it back into cover at the end of your turn, but you'll have a pretty good vantage point on them.
15. Hold on. So here or one more?
That'll do. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to shoot one of the ones that shot last round.
Sounds good.
With an Eldritch Blast.
The goblin's little body goes flying as the Eldritch Blast slams into it, and it pinwheels through the air, and then lands with a thump further back on the ice spikes, impaled on them.
Okay, that was 5, 10. Then I'm going to move back, and for the last 5 feet, I'm going to telekinetic myself into cover.
All right, go ahead and make the check.
Do I need to check for that one?
Oh, you filled it up, didn't you? Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. You lunge back into cover. Okay, that brings us to Rin once more.
Going to move. Before he even moves, he basically drops his hold on the short sword, leaving it laying where it's at. His bow still in one hand. He'll step back over here, So that's 10 foot of movement. Going to go ahead and I think everybody's pretty much wrapped up here. So we're going to start with, I think the first attack will go against this one, the one that's still at full health.
Oh, damn
Sounds
it.
good.
Oh yeah, and you forgot.
I forgot
you-
Puddin.
Puddin.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, Puddin can go ahead and make that attack, and if Puddin hits, then he's probably
Okay.
gone.
Okay, give me 1 second.
It's only been a turn, so I don't mind.
Nope.
So 9. It's yeah, he's not flanking, unfortunately. So that's a miss.
Okay.
So Rin, take a shot.
Ready. Normal roll 19.
Slams into him.
This will be just the 12 and 2, so
He's gone.
more than enough.
More than enough. The arrow is like as big as the goblin, and it just straight pins him down to the ground.
And then we'll do the bonus action shot on the other one. Let me tick down my arrows. 11 will miss the one at the bottom.
Not gonna do it.
And then he is going to step back against the.
All right. You take cover against the wall as that goblin manages to dodge out of the way of your arrow fire after watching his buddy get impaled by it. And that brings us back to the other goblins. And they've lost a number of their friends. But they are furious about it, and they are ready to fight. The goblins lunge forwards, 2 of them going after Marcus, one of them going after Edmund. And both, I think. Yeah, both of them are going to hit. Marcus, you take 13 damage. You're down. The next goblin goes against Edmund and bangs off of Edmund's shield.
Man. 3 times.
Yeah, Marcus drops. Kenob is keeping these goblins intact. And then they are going to flank around and move to surround Edmund. I would give the last one advantage.
Clever girl.
But he misses anyway, so it doesn't matter. And the pack of goblins up top, they've got the shot on Edmund and Cromdall, but Cromdall is more in the open and also healed. And so, they've rallied themselves. They're going to turn around and fire 4 arrows. And that is 2 hits, Cromdall, since they've still got the leadership. Actually, hang on a second. Do they have leadership that in range? No, it's only within 30 feet, and I don't think they are.
Sorry.
No, they had to run. They had to run away because of Juvia's ice spikes. So that is only 1 hit against you for 4 damage.
Okay, I can take that.
Yeah, barely a scratch. I think that's actually doesn't even go through your temporary HP. Or maybe it's just either. That's the goblins, and that brings us to Azure.
Okay, I'm going to use Scorching Ray.
All right, where are the rays going?
The Hobgoblin leader, and the 2 that are flanking
Edmund? Yeah, okay. First ray fires out, Kenob whirling around after Marcus drops. Just in time to catch the ray of fire straight into his face. And also hitting one of the goblins, and the last goblin.
Six for the first one.
Okay.
8 for the second one. 4 for the third.
Asher. Kenob whirls around after Marcus drops, ready to fight on despite his bad injury. And your ray of fire catches him straight in the chest and sends him tumbling backwards where he crashes to the ground next to Marcus. The other 2 goblins below Edmund also drop as your scorching rays slam into them, leaving only a single goblin still standing below, who shrieks in sudden alarm as all of his companions are cut down by this barrage of fire.
That's
The
good.
goblin calls out in goblin as the rays of fire slam into him. Run! Escape! Get to the treasure! Take the treasure in the forest and run! In goblin, and that is as your action. Any bonus action or movement? Okay. Well, it sounds like none, unless you want to move.
No, I'll stay there. I'm sorry.
All right.
I keep
it's okay.
forgetting I've used this because I've got background.
No worries. That brings us to, once again, Clockwork Chaos. No problems, though. No devices threatening your party, as there's more banging around inside. And then, bang! Missing the goblins as it shoots out to the side. And an egg bursts into an oily mess amidst the field of ice. Marcus, your turn begins, and I need a death save.
At this point, I'm expecting to roll a nat 1.
It could be rough. I mean, it might
God,
have.
I hope not.
Rindar, go ahead and roll a luck check.
What's the luck check?
Just a d20, flat roll.
Okay. Get out of here. There it is. Oh.
No, I don't think you've heard it from goblins, unfortunately. Goblins don't usually have a lot of treasure.
No.
And
That's
it's
fair.
been, it's been a while since you tackled hobgoblins. They stick mostly to the mountains and hills and are not, typically the sorts of threats you hunt. One failure from Marcus, and that brings us to Edmund's turn.
Okay, so there is one goblin, right, on me, behind me there? Just make sure
Absolutely.
I understand that fight. Okay. Edmund, being the knight he is, will take the attack of opportunity to move there.
All right.
If he wants to.
He'll miss.
Okay,
The goblin lets a little slash.
I will I will kneel slightly, placing a hand on Marcus and offering a semi-silent prayer to Paladine, and give him my last 10.
Marcus,
Lay on hands.
life surges into you. And it is from a familiar source as Edmund calls upon Paladine. In fact, as you channel Paladine to heal Marcus, Edmund, I want you to roll a religion check for me.
Okay. Ooh.
8. Okay.
Did
Well,
not roll well.
It's not spectacular, but
Yeah.
it is still a little bit more. Calling upon Paladine, Marcus seems to heal even more. In fact, he's going to heal for 12, not just 10. As Marcus, somebody is listening to Edmund's prayers.
And he'll look down at Marcus like, "Get up, friend. The fight is not yet over." See, there is a goblin back here.
If you want to use your bonus action, you can pull Marcus up to his feet as well.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say. Yeah. I will use my bonus action to help him up to his feet. Look back at Cromdal and say like, "You've got the last one, right, brother?" And begin heading up to these other goblins.
Sounds good.
So there's already 5. Wait, so I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Difficult terrain up the hill, so one less square. But
No problem.
Otherwise,
no problem.
yeah, that'll do. Okay, Edmund, that's it for you, and that brings us to Kenob, who does get 1 death save. We'll see if he makes. No.
Oh.
Kenob is down for the count. Unless somebody runs over to save him, the hobgoblin looks like he's bleeding out from the wounds that Asher, as you're dealt to him, the fire causing horrible burns across his body.
Marcus,
Cromdal,
Paladin didn't like that guy.
it's true. Cromdal, you're up.
Alright. Why can't I move? Oh.
Have you got the measuring tool selected?
I was in the panning tool.
That'll do it.
Warhammer strike on the little goblin.
You bring the warhammer sweeping around, and crack! Kiri Jolith is with you.
4.
You drive the goblin back, the warhammer slamming into it, and he's thrown away. As Kiri Jolith, clearly listening, is overjoyed by your presence in this battle. And as these goblins are driven back, and the hobgoblin, their leader, is slain, you are able to race these other goblins away. And given their lack of morale on that 5, they are terrified. And they're, there's these ice spikes here. I don't know if they've even got a way to get out of the ice spikes. They
can walk out
and die.
Yes.
They are gonna lay down their arms and surrender. Whimpering and not move very carefully in the middle of the field of ice spikes. And whether you execute them, keep them alive, question them, whatever it might be, will be a question for next week. As that is it for us tonight, folks. The goblins are slain. There is no way they can get their treasure and run, wherever it might be. And opening the door, this large door made of metal with a pneumatic hiss, is a gnome.
Grab the gnome and run.
And that is it for us today, folks. I hope everybody had a great session. As
it was
always,
really good.
if you have any feedback, anything that you liked, that you want more of, less, anything like that, please feel free to shoot me a message, let me know. I always welcome feedback. And if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to let me know. This is the last opportunity I'm going to give you guys to change your characters significantly. So if you want to make any changes to your characters, this is the last session you've got to do so. Otherwise, you'll have to find some in-character way of changing your character.
Is that a mechanical chicken?
Yep.
It is.
Throwing eggs? Oh my god,
It is.
I love it.
Yep, it is.
I
Yeah,
think
she's
this is
got a
gonna
very
be my
strange
background
lab.
on my computer now.
Can't she build a impressive war machine?
She might have the war machine that you're thinking of. That's entirely a possibility. But hey, I'll have to question her next week.
All right.
And give me a second. There's the art writ large. Catch you guys next week. Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Have a good one. Thank you.